This episode is episode 2, From Activities to Therapy: How Circus is Used in Occupational Therapy. And so, with this episode, I wanted to explore how circus inspired activities are actually applied within occupational therapy practice. The focus is not on performance or learning circus skills for entertainment, but on therapists and how they adapt, grade, and use these activities to support participation, engagement, motivation, and individual therapeutic needs. And so when people first see circus inspired activities in occupational therapy, it can look like play or even entertainment. But what makes it therapeutic is not the activity itself, it's how it's used and how it's adapted and guided within a meaningful client centered context. In occupational therapy, we are always thinking about how to make an activity meaningful, achievable, and supportive of participation. And this is where circus becomes really powerful. One of the key ways we do this is through grading. So, grading means adjusting the difficulty of an activity so it matches a person's current abilities, while also still providing just enough challenge to support growth and success. So, for example, as mentioned in, I believe, the first episode, using a scarf versus a ball. Both of these activities allow participants to engage at different levels. The scarf moves slowly and gives more time to react, while the ball moves faster, requires more precision and timing, precise timing and coordination and attention. And in this way, the same activity can be used to gently progress skill development, such as moving from simply catching to balancing the object on the hand. And activities can also be graded in different ways as well. One other example is grading up the scarf activity might involve progressing from sitting to standing, or adding a dual task component such as moving the scarf with one hand while simultaneously moving the foot on the same side, which is something that I used in one of my sessions at one of the sites that I have for my capstone. These changes increase complexity while still supporting participation. In contrast, grading down can be used to support success when a task becomes too demanding. So, for example, a participant with difficulties with their left wrist may complete the activity using only one hand, allowing them to engage safely and successfully without being limited by their impairment. And as skills develop, activity can continue to be graded up further, from scarf work to catching a ball, and eventually to more complex tasks such as juggling or partner passing. And each progression increases demands on timing, coordination, sequencing, motor planning. Those are just to name a few. What's important is that it's still the same core activity, just adapted in different ways to meet the needs of the individual. And circus inspired activities are also incredibly flexible because one activity can target multiple goals at the same time. For one person, it might focus on coordination and motor planning. For another, it might support attention, confidence, or even social participation. Alongside grading, modification is also used to support access and participation. So, for example, with the balance beam activity, this was something that I used at one of my sites, a pediatric site, and it was designed as a tightrope walk within like a circus. And so a child with visual deficits require one-handed support and cueing to help them safely engage in the task. Also, for adults, they may also require one-handed participation to enable safe functional involvement as well. Another example for my capstone involved a sweeping the red carpet activity, which was really cool to do. And so this was designed as a pretend circus cleanup task. During participation, it was observed that individuals were reaching outside of their base of support, which raised safety concerns. And in response, I adapted the tools and set up to encourage movements closer to the body, making the activity safer and more functional based on participant needs and their lived experiences at that site, at that independent living facility. And we actually switched from the second session was the sweeping the red carpet to the third session being a simulated reaching activity, but with the same tools, but in a different way, which was so cool using this circus inspired idea. And from that second session, as they mentioned safety a lot and provided different and various experiences from the other residents at this facility, I went home and decided to modify this activity and make changes so that it could be so much more meaningful to the participants and something that they can take away from it. And it was really helpful to not only do the sweeping activity, but also change it to a more simulated reaching or reacher activity like the adapted equipment, and they really enjoyed it as well. The circus-inspired activities provided functional outcomes for the participants, especially at this site as well. In circus-based interventions, the therapist's role is not just to instruct, but to facilitate. This means setting up the environment, choosing appropriate activities, and constantly adapting tasks to support engagement, success, and participation as well. Throughout my capstone experience, I found myself continuously asking, is this too easy? Is this too difficult? What needs to change to support engagement and participation? And also so that it can lead to functional outcomes. Safety is also an important part of this process. While circus activities may look creative, the circus activities are always planned out and intentional. For the circus-based interventions or circus-inspired interventions that I planned, the environment was designed to allow exploration while still maintaining both physical and emotional safety as well. And within that balance of that structure, but also creativity, something really powerful happens. People are given the space to try, adjust, and experience success in a supported way. It's not about the service skill itself, it's about how the activity is thoughtfully adapted, graded, and used as a therapeutic tool to support meaningful participation, growth, and confidence as well. So, thank you for watching, and I hope this has given you a deeper understanding of how circus inspired activities can be used in occupational therapy to support meaningful participation and engagement across different individuals and abilities. Stay tuned for episode 3, Engagement Matters. Before you go, be sure to check out the link tree in the video description. There you'll find additional resources related to circus-inspired occupational therapy, including the toolkit that I created, the website that I created, as well as you already have access to the YouTube miniseries. All of this information is designed to support therapists, students, caregivers, and educators as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope these resources help you incorporate meaningful, engaging movement into your own practice. Don't forget to share it. Thank you so much. Bye.